Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel guys. Also on another video on the Giants Editor map making course. And this time around I've thought about this whole course a little bit, and I've been thinking, you know, I'm gonna throw you guys, the normal subscribers on YouTube, just a little bone today and just show you what we are doing in the Giants Editor map making course and take you along for one episode, so so this is episode 18, and what we're going to do today is something awesome. We're going to build a custom sell point with signage and everything in it, so we're going to find something nice. I've actually already found something nice. What I want to do is I need a shop or a sell point where I can sell goodies, on this map. For those of you who hasn't been following the Giants Editor map making course, we are making a map altogether from scratch, and we're on episode 18 now, and we have done everything you see here so far. Making fields, creating the farms. We've got 3 different farms on the map. How to set them up, how to do the XMLs, everything is working. We've done the train in the last episode, and we've got the trains, what do you call this, the railroad silo, set that up. We've done the animal dealers, we've done the workshop, the garage, we've done the sawmill. We've basically covered almost everything. There's still a lot to do, but today's episode, obviously, we're going to be looking at a custom sell point, how to customize a sell point, and then also how to build it into your map. Now guys, these videos is not like my normal videos on YouTube, because my normal videos I try to do it fast and effective and efficient, but these videos we take our time step by step and we really go in depth and have a look at the whole process. So there's no shortcuts, there's no wishful thinking or a bit of how can I say, like I normally do, just fly through it and quickly show you what to do, but we go step by step, and we go long and slow. It's the right way to put it. Excellent. Okay guys, so welcome to my channel guys. If this is your first time around, please do hit the subscribe. We do, as you can see, we do a lot of stuff only on Farming Simulator, and mainly map making, and mainly how to do stuff is what my channel is all about, just to help you guys make something nice. That's what I want to do. I enjoy that, so yes. Alright, so what I've done, I've identified the spot where I want to shop. I can either do it there or I can do it here. I'll see where it fit nicely, So I've looked around on the in-game maps, because finding something on the in-game maps, it's so much easier, because if you have to work with a mod or other things, there's always stuff that you have to fiddle with, and that's not going to work properly, and it's going to run into errors. And the nice thing about the in-game stuff is it's already Giants made, so you don't have to worry about fixing errors, although there will always be tiny little things that you need to sort out, for if you want to upload to ModHub or get your map to console. That's sort of important things to consider, because if you take a mod out there, I can guarantee you 99% of the mods will never make it to ModHub, because they're not like sort of error free. So you're going to have to first twinkle them and tinkle and go crazy to get them sort of certified for ModHub, so yeah, it is a nightmare. So yeah, let's look at this. I found this nice farmers market on the French map, which I think will fit nicely into my map. So I will make this my only sell point on the map, except for the train now, which is there as well. But I've decided to add a sell point to the map. It also gives you guys the experience of how to add it, customize it, and have everything in it. Because most of these maps these days that you guys make and that I make will have multi-fruit on it, so if you have multi-fruit, you cannot use a normal sell point. You have to customize it to be able to sell your product, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, so let's get stuck in. So The first thing we want to do is identify what we want to export. So I'm going to grab the whole thing like that, and then I'll decide in my map what I want deleted or what not. Because really, guys, if you export from the in-game map, it's so simple and easy. And once you've finished importing it, you can delete it, because all the stuff gets transferred into your map i3D, like I said many times. So then you can actually delete the exported i3D in your map, you know, because I've showed that previously. I can show you again just how it works, but here we go. So we're going to select the whole main transform, and you'll notice that it's zeroed for us, which is very nice. Actually not very nice. Look at that, where the little gizmo is. It's in there in the far distance, so we're going to have to fix that first. But first we need to export it. So select it, go File, Export Selection with Files, and then we're going to go to our map once again, into our placeables. If I can just find it. I'm in placeables. Okay, I'm going to just call this Farmers Market, or just Market. Now let's call it Farmers Market, like so. Farmers Market. I can't remember what it's called in the actual game, so we'll have a look. It's got some funny name there, but anyway, let's just call it Farmers Market. It doesn't matter what you call it, guys, because you're going to delete it anyway, this i3D that we're exporting now. Alright, so Mvani is my map, Maps, Placeables, Farmers Market, so that we can save it in there. And then when you get to these two questions, always say yes when you work from the in-game maps, because you want everything to be rerouted back to the in-game map. So you want the parent directory structure, yes, and you want to keep the relative paths, absolutely. Alright, so there you go. And now we can close the French map. We're done with it. Before we now import it, we want to go to our directory, the same one that we've been in just now. So my map is there, Mvani, Maps, Placeables, Farmers Market, and there you'll see now that whole mod or placeable it's actually just a building, guys. It's not a working thing. This is just a prop, but it's only 8 meg. It's tiny, you know, considering what you get in size. So now, first things first, let's get it all sorted out. Let's get that gizmo in the center of the mod, or center of the object or the placeable. And here you can see the gizmo is there, but the actual thing is somewhere out there in the distance. I can't even see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so what we're going to do, first of all, is just expand this. Go FarmShop, and then it's best to make a note of this. What I sometimes do is create for myself a text file, mainly on my desktop, like so. Alright, and then I can copy paste this codes in there, or the positioning. We don't worry about rotation, we always just worry about the position. And Control Shift C, grab that, Control V, and there you go. That's the first one. And then what we're going to do is zero them. So I've got that now. So we're going to we're going to zero the main FarmShop. So that is the one we want to zero. There it is. And immediately you see it pops into view here. And now we want to bring all these things over. So I'm going to take that this that we've copied and just paste it in here. Control Shift and V for pasting. And then what we're going to do is we're going to invert. So we're going to take the negatives and make them positive, like that. And the positives, I think the height needs to stay the same, but the X and Z we need to invert. So we're just going to do that. And see where that props is. Oh, there it is. Now the height we're going to have to invert as well. So we're going to go negative there, and there we go. Alright, so the props has popped into view. Sorry, I'm a bit rusty on this. I haven't done this for a while. Right, so next up, so all we're going to do is just run through all of them one at a time and just bring them over, you know, into the zero spot, or the normal position, I would say. Great, so what I've done, guys, I've made my little text file, and that's the FarmShop, the original one. you were going to work from that one, and then I've just gone to copied each one's codes or positioning. All these last bit of ones are all the same, luckily. If you see there, 405, 99, 683, so they're all the same, this last cubes. So yeah, it's gonna be easy to do that then. All right, so what we're gonna do then is, if you look at then how you work this, how you get them to the right spot, because not all of them work by inverting them. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of calculating. So let's just get stuck in with that. So it's very simple, guys. So you grab the first X amount and you minus the X amount of the other building. So what we're going to do is take the 432. So for the X amounts here, you don't invert. You just leave them all positive. So you take 432. So that it's not, it is a minus 432, but you don't use that. So you take the original ones, like the FarmShop is the original ones, and you just take their numbers and you minus the rest of it. Doesn't matter if they're negative or positive, you just minus it. All right. So 432. So we go 432 minus 481.3 minus 480. Sorry, I forgot to 432. I forgot to hit the minus 481.3, so it's 481.3. You can see we live in South Africa. The internet's not always there. Well, almost nothing is always there. Anyways, so here we go. Minus 49.3 is then our first thing for the country building. All right, so it is minus 49.3, so we just put in here minus 49.3, like so. And now for the next one, we take, it's 99 minus 97, that leaves you with 2, so that's very simple and easy. All right, and then the third one is it's 675 minus 711. So it is 675. Remember, I said stay positive on the original. Minus 711.5. 711.5 is minus 36.5. So that's our third one. Minus 36.5, and there it is. Boop, in its spot. Now, luckily these we only have to do one time, and then we can just copy and paste them all in there. Alright, so bring our calculator out. So for these ones, it is it's 432. Let's cancel that. 432 minus 405. 405 equals. So it's 27 on the first one. Am I on the right thing here now? FarmShop grass. Yeah. So it is 27. 27 like so. And then back into our calculator. The next one is 99 minus 99. That's very simple, so it's just 0. And then our last one is 675 minus 683 equals minus 8. So drop it in there. So it is minus 8 like so. And you will immediately see how the things fly into position. Now all we need to do now is Control Shift and C on that, and then just paste it into all of these. Control Shift and V. Select that one. Control Shift V. Select that one. Control Shift V. Select that one. Control Shift V. And that one. Control Shift V. So this particular building was a bit more tricky than normal. Normally it's not this complicated. Normally it's just one or two things that you have to reverse or whatever. And that is how simple it is, guys. Now we just save the i3D, and we now know that it is sorted out. All right. Not bad. Don't save. We don't need that anymore, so we don't have to save that. All right. And now we can import that. And like I said, guys, I'm going to show you now how this thing actually comes into your game. So open with Giants Editor, no, sorry, with Notepad. You see here all the in-game file and textures and props and everything is all in-game. It's all dollar data. If you see dollar data, you know it's all in-game. So it means that this whole mod or placeable or building, whatever you want to call it, is in-game, you know. So we're going to just import it now straight. Go File, Import. And we're going to go to, it's already selected there, and we bring it in. So I'm going to cut it there and then just drop it in my Mvani buy and sell points. Control V. I'll just drop it in there. Great. And then Control and B for banana. And whoop, voila. You can see it's going to fit fairly nicely in here. I must just see how we can position it. I think something of that. Maybe something like that. Push it around. Could it maybe possibly fit into this spot here? Is it a lot to ask for? You can eat a bit of the river out, you know, it doesn't really matter. But I must just now think of where this thing is sort of entrance wise, you know. So I'm going to bring this up a bit. So the entrance is here where you come in and then goes in there. So it's not going to really fit so nicely in there. So maybe we'll make it here. It was looking so nice here. Can I do it here on the corner? Something like this. I can immediately see this little building is a bit too high, but we can bring that down. So something in my calculations went wrong. I'm not too sure what it is, but not at the moment. It's not really a problem. Okay, so I think what we'll need to do is just level the ground a little bit, but I just want to get the place ready for sort of where I want to place it, you know, so that it is in the spot on. I think that looks all right. It's going to look fairly great. So once again, we can grab our tool for leveling the ground. Control and R to grab the height data. You'll see it will pop in there. Control and R. So I'm going to go in here where the vehicles come in, and I'm going to put my right mouse button onto replace, and then I'm just going to level the ground nicely so that this whole building is on a level ground. I think I must just move this thing about out of the way. Oh, that's no wonder why it's not working so nice. Forgot to amp this up, you know. Remember to amp it up, guys. Because otherwise it's going to do a very tiny amount of stuff at a time, you know. Almost made a mistake there and gone too far into my road. I hope I didn't. Let's just go a bit closer to have a look. No, I didn't. That's still fine. Well, I think that's it, guys. So now it is sorted and checked out. Okay. And now we can oops, I see here I've done some serious work here on the ground. So what we want to do is just smooth this out a bit, because otherwise we're going to have problems, and we might move this along like that, and then just smooth this area out as well. Good. Alright, so now we have a building there. Wonderful. And we can grab the terrain brush and just make sure we're on any one of the things. I'm just going to put this back to subtract and just get rid of all the bushes. I'll make it nice off screen, guys. This is just for now, sort of to help you guys and show you how to place it. So I'm just gonna quickly clean it a bit. It's not gonna look that spiffy, but I'm sure just for the sake of the video it will be fine. Right, so there's our farmers market now placed and put into spot like you won't believe. But what I want to do is check this walls out a bit. These walls, I know it's nice. They're actually made to stand on the slope, you know, so but I suppose we can let it slope like that. Maybe give it a tiny bit of a pop like that. Whoop, finished and klar. Nice. Alright. Oh, we've got some stuff growing in our shop here. We missed a spot there. Alright. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do is have a look at this FarmShop in the French map, the Sellpoint for it. So we're going to go back to the French map. Oh, I wanted to show you guys, if I now save my game, or my map rather, just like that, wait for it to finish here. Now, I can now go and I can delete this placeable farmers market. Look at it. Whoop, I've deleted it. And I'm going to close my map just for fun. And reopen my map. And you will notice that it will still be there. Because all the Giants has done now is it's taken all the links and everything from the map, all the textures, everything, and just transferred it into my map i3D. So if I open my map i3D now here, and I go into Notepad like that, and I go Control F, and I just search for farmers like that. Mind you, I don't think there was anything in the thing called farmers market, but country building, there it is, country building. You see now all the stuff is just added into my i3D of the map, so there's no need for you to have it in your map. You can just delete that 8 meg file, and voila, you've even saved that space, you know. So you have this wonderful building for 0 space in your map. Great. So that does really help a lot, guys. Alright, so the next thing to do, we're going to have a browse at the in-game map, FS22. We're going to open that in a new tab, data, maps, map FR, and then I want to have a browse at, but mind you, these guys don't put their stuff in a placeholders folder, so we're going to have to have a browse just in the XML, the placeables XML, just to make sure where it is, the selling station for that. It's probably going to be something like Farm Store or something like FarmShop. There it is. Okay, so what we can do, Control C, we already got the FarmShop.xml, so we're going to copy that. Alright, and then I wanted to have it in a new window so that I can just run out of my map, not in a new tab. Okay, here we go. So we're going to grab that line and place it into our placeables as a cell point. So I'm going to go right to the bottom of all my things, create a few lines there, paste it in there, and now I'm going to go to this directory, grab this XML, because we want this selling station in our map. So we're going to grab that one, and that map FR, it is data, placeables, map FR, selling station farm shop. There it is. There's the i3D for it. Now this i3D, guys, is not the farm shop. This is the trigger. So that's the one that we're going to use. But I want to copy this because we're going to modify this. So it's Control C, go into our map. I put all my stuff in a folder called XML, which is in my map folder, you know. So I'm just going to drop the XML in here. Selling station farm shop. And then now we already know where the i3D is. We can actually now close this. We actually didn't really need it. But I can have a look how it is located just by importing that trigger. So we're going to go Farming Simulator 22, Placeables, Map FR, and go to Selling Station Farm Shop, pull that in, have a browse where it is. But now remember it's on 0, so we're going to grab their position data, copy that, go to the map, and just drop it in here, Control Shift V, and then we can immediately go and have a look how this trigger is located and what it looks like. Oh, there it is, you see. So there's some trigger markers here, and they've got a little cell point there. Alright, so that is how the i3D is looking. So we're going to have a browse, see how that looks. Oh, that's very nice. I like that. Great. So I wonder what's this two things. Selling station grain and products. Okay, so you've got products you can sell here as well. Alright, so we're going to, it's actually a nice blessing because now we've got two triggers that we can set up, you know. Okay, so we can close this up without saving, obviously. And then now we are here in our map, and we need to now reroute this XML to our map, which is in our XML folder. So I'm just going to copy that line like so, copy that, and overwrite this directory up to there, so that it now points to my XML, alright, or the one in my map in any ways. Right, so there it is. So when we open this now, we want to leave the i3D in the base game because we're not going to modify the trigger. That we're just going to leave the i3D there right where it is. And here you can see we've got the two marker icons. That's the icons for the two cell points. And what's nice now is here you can have a look now at your selling station. There's the one, and there's even a bale trigger. Oh, nice, very, very nice. So there's a bale trigger as well. And then, yeah, you can add products at the unload trigger. There's all the products that you can think of. So if you've got custom products, like for instance, say you've added extra stuff, you can come and you can add that in here, and it will actually accept that. And the same for your unload trigger for the sell point. Yeah, you can see all the stuff that is sold there, you know. So very, very nice. Wheat, barley, there it is, unload trigger. So that's all the stuff at that serial sell point, the tip point. Good. And the i3D mappings, that's all fine. Great. So we're gonna for now not modify anything, but I've showed you now you can add here. If you've got products you can add, or you've got some, say you've got multi-fruit and now you've got onions and whatever you want to sell here, you just add it here. And also remember to add it there. So it's two places you must add it, and for the products there's two places you must add the products. So don't just do the one, you have to do both, otherwise it won't accept it. Great. So then you save that, and that's your custom sell point then. And then at the placeables, one thing we still need to do, or just fix up, is in our map we must go to our moddesk file, because we've got a custom one now, a custom cell point. We have to add a store data for it. So I'm going to copy that line, just duplicate it like so, so that we have a spare one. And then I'm going to take this line here just to add it to my store data. So otherwise you're going to have a error in game that says no store data was found for the Selling Station FarmShop XML. So now we've routed that problem, sorted that out, and this one now we need to put in our map. So we're going to go this way, Now that we know where this is, and you can see I don't have trigger markers. Why don't I have trigger markers here? Alright, so what I'm going to do, just for fun, is go back into the French map. You can now duplicate any trigger marker and just put it in there, but I like the... I wonder if the trigger markers is in this i3D. I don't think so. Let's just have a quick browse. Nope, they're not in there. So it's just the triggers. Like I say, this is not the FarmShop, it's just the triggers. Alright, so back to the drawing board. Maps, MapFR in there. I'm just lazy. I just want to quickly export and import it into my map. It's so simple and easy, guys. It saves you headaches and everything. Because what's nice now is I'm going to go file. Sorry, I think I remember where the farmer's market is. There it is. So I can just go in here, grab this trigger marker, FarmShop. Oh, nice. They're all bundled in one. Oh, lovely. So what we're going to do is export with files into my map. There it is, Mvani maps, placeables. I've actually normally have a temp file here where I just drop things in. I just call it temp, like so, and I'll just call this markers. Like I say, this is going to be deleted anyway, so yes, always to the questions, and close up, don't save. Go back into our map, file import, and just go markers like that. And what's nice now, guys, is I can now just drop this in my gameplay. I think I'm going to cut it. I think it's under gameplay, trigger markers. There it is. Okay, right, and then Control B, and just realign these things nicely. Where is the other one? They're supposed to be two. Here they are. Okay, so I can just manually you can now obviously go through that whole process of zeroing it on the i3D like I just showed you, but I'm just lazy now. I'm just going to sort of just align them here roughly. Something like that. I think that's pretty okay. Alright, so we've got an idea where our triggers is going to be. Right, so now that we have that, we want to then just import, file import, directly from the in-game map, that trigger. So it's placeables, MapFR, and then selling station FarmShop, because we just want the trigger here to get an idea where it is, you know. So now we have to align this trigger, because remember now it's not the same as the in-game map, so I can actually cut this and then go into my placeholders folder and drop it in there for now. That's where I like to keep the stuff until I've got my whole game figured out, or my whole map figured out. Then I delete it, only then. Alright, so now we just realign these things nicely like so. And when you've got it nicely sorted and aligned and everything, I think that's about it, like so. Height. What I normally do is I watch this line. As soon as it goes underground, I know it's perfect, like that. Can actually let it go a tiny little bit more, just like that. And then this one is still out on top of the ground, so it might be that they haven't aligned it in the giant side so nicely. I'm just going to work on this one then. Alright, there you go. Good, and then obviously the direction is not far enough, so I can push that out a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And all we need to do now still is then click on this, grab this direction and rotation, Control Shift C, and then just override this here. Control, oops, remember, don't make a mistake like that. Select the whole thing, Control V, and then back in there, grab the rotation, copy that, Control Shift C, overwrite the rotation here, Control V, and we and 1, 2, 3, and we are ready. Good. So now, guys, we can save it. So our XML is now calling the i3D that is there, not this one. This one is just a prop showing us the data, but it's calling the real deal, which is in the map folder. Because remember, this XML, if you open that XML, it loads this i3D. This is not in your map folder, you see. So it loads the in-game one, and it will rotate and position it as we said in the XML. Put it here, you know. Where is it now? Oh, that's the selling station. This is Mvani. I better not get confused here with the two. Close the ones you don't use. I've a few times before overwritten my in-game stuff, and then stuff doesn't work anymore. Then I have to check all my game files, you know. So yeah, that's also stuff that happens. Right, so guys, now our FarmShop is in. I'm going to collapse all and just save the map. And let's have a quick browse and what is happening here. Have a quick browse and see if it's working. We should now have the triggers popping up, and I must lower that little thingamaboppy. It's in the air. It almost looks like that house thing, you know, that little movie about the guy that's pulling his house in balloons. That was quite funny. Hey, crazy stuff. Right, so let's have a quick browse. You see, I have some errors on the spline for the vehicles because we haven't done vehicles yet, but we should be a-okay with that. There's the spline for the vehicles, the traffic system, but the rest should be fine. I don't recall having any others unless that two yellow ones that passed by was warnings. I'll just see what they are now. It's always good to have your log, you know, showing, so that you can see what's spotting, you know. While you're loading your map, you can immediately see if there's a problem. So now I can just go page up. Yeah, no, it's just warnings for the traffic systems, you know. Because I haven't set up the traffic. We're still going to do the traffic. What I wanted to do is check the map. Check the map. Here it is. Right. Le Jardin des Firmes FarmShop. Alright, so let's just go and visit it and see how it looks in the real deal. I think it looks very nice. We're going to do the signage just now. I definitely don't like that name. We'll change the name as well. This is part of customizing. But I mean, guys, that's all the rest now is sort of making it look nice and putting trees and shrubs and all other things and you know, stuff like that, just to make it look nice. But I think this really looks okay. We should have icons here now for the sell points. If you see the icon, you know your sell point is working 99% of the time. We'll have the floating building fixed just now. But there it is, guys. That's how you do a custom sell point. What you can do now, obviously, if you want to change the name of your sell point, I don't like that name at all. I'm just going to call it Mvani. Oh, you know what? I actually want to make it local. There's some here in the Eastern Cape where we live. There's a local store that basically caters for the villages and the people that live in the rural areas, you know. And that store's name is Boxer. So let's do a signage for Boxer. So I'm going to call this Boxer Mvani. So we're going to go back to our selling station, and then right on top where it says name, you just highlight that whole thing and you type your own name in there. You can make it with spaces. Don't put underscores there because it will display your underscore. This name doesn't have any influence on multiplayer or any of that, so you don't have to be scared of putting spaces and stuff in there. So what you can do, I'm going to call it Boxer like that. Mvani, like that. All right, and then save it up. So now our name is sorted out. Good, so we are done with the XMLs for now. I've showed you how to modify that. We want to do signage. So this ugly sign up here, well, it's ugly, it's a nice sign. It's probably not good calling it ugly, but let's change all these. And I can see, oh, this is not in the air, it is on the ground. Okay, so we're gonna add a new sign up for these things. And I think what I want to do is maybe have a nice big sign up here as well. So have a quick browse here at the prefabs, see if there's any signage in here that sort of stirs us. You know, there is a few signs here. That's not nice ones. That's decals. That's road signs. Okay, I don't see anything there. So it's back to the in-game map. So let's quickly open that map FR. Go back to the FarmShop. I think I've noticed a few nice billboards there that we can use. So I'm going to just grab one of those billboards. And while this thing is opening, Mvani maps, placeables, temp. Once again, these markers I can delete because they are from the in-game now. Southern France, locations, FarmShop F. Alright, and there you go. Oh, it's just taken us to the middle thing. Oh my word, okay. We tried, guys, we tried. Okay, so here is some okay looking billboard. How does this one on top look? Is it the same thing? Basically the same thing. It's just got a different sign on there. So let's grab this billboard, like so. Just want to see if it's got a decal. Yes, it's got a decal. Very nice. Alright. So we're going to grab this billboard, this whole thingamabob, and export that. So it's once again the same drill. Export to our map. What's Mvani maps? Placeables temp. And I'll just call this billboard. Sorry guys, now for this we're going to modify it. So yeah, let's just put it in there first, and then we're going to save it, and we're going to say yes to both of those. All right. Actually, for this because we're gonna modify the decal. So let's just export the decal different. So we're going to go export selection with files. And I'm going to go in here by placeables. And I think I don't have a signs thing yet, because we haven't been dealing with the signs yet. New folder called signs, like so. And then in there, I'm going to make I'm just going to call this one FarmShop, like so. So I know what it is. And then we don't, for this one, because I'm going to custom it, I'm going to go say no to both of these, because I want to keep it in my map, just this decal. But the billboard I'm going to delete, because I'm going to leave that in game. Alright, so we can do that, close it up. Once again, back into the map, go file import. There's our sign. So immediately you see it's got the i3D as well as the textures, and you see now there's nothing there. Where is the texture for it? Signs, FarmShop. Let me just quickly see what's going on here. There's the shapes file. Textures, props, billboards, add to diffuse. Default normal. I don't see anything in there. Did you see anything in there? Placeables. Sorry, I'm at the billboard, man. Am I at the right thing? I was at signs, is what I want to see. FarmShop textures, shared props. There's it. There's the default normal props billboard. There it is. That's the one we want. Nice. I like. You can obviously now lessen these directory depths. They only allow you 5 levels. So if you look from my map, it's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels deep. So we're going to have to lower this. I'll quickly show you how to do that too. It's very easy, guys. So we're going to go into the sign and open this, open with Notepad, and then all we do is take away all the stuff in the middle, just leave the textures there. Alright, so in fact you can just chuck all of that into your root. So let's just put it in the root, not even an extra folder there. Alright, so save it up. So FarmShop i3D pulls that 2 textures. So we're going to grab both of them, shared, so it's that one. And I'm going to put that into my signs directory, and then open the props and grab that also into the signs. Right, there it is. There's the 2. So now I can just delete that folder, whoop, just like so, and my FarmShop should still, my signs should still look nice. Obviously there it is, and normally they are the wrong way around, so you have to come the other way to see the actual sign. Where is it? Why is it blank? Is there any errors on my import? Couldn't find this, couldn't find that. Error. Placeable signs, billboards. Why is it called billboards? There's a directory problem. Okay, save no. So we're gonna open this again. I probably didn't delete. Yeah, there's still a directory in there. Oh my word, save it up. Okay, there you go. Now it will work. Good. That's a good thing that I make mistakes, guys, because then you can see what not to do, you know. Yeah, okay, there it is. I can immediately see it. Okay, so that's our prop there. Great stuff. It's our sign. That looks very nice. Alright, so now back to the map. Import placeable signs FarmShop. Alright, so that's our sign. That's the actual billboard. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down here like so. Oh, we should have zeroed that. Sorry, guys. Let's just quickly delete that. Panel decal. Let's delete that. FarmShop placeables signs. What's going on here, guys? I've got the temp, I've got the billboard. Oh, sorry, this is the billboard, man. That I want to place. I want to zero that just to make sure that we so there's a 0 there, 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 and a 0 there. Good. Now this decal we can, well, it doesn't matter, but let us delete it now, because otherwise it's going to drive us crazy. So let's save this like that. Okay, and then go in there, go file, import signs placeables temp billboard. Alright, so now I can now create a transform and just call this bill. Oops, I always forget, I must highlight it there. Billboards. Okay, billboards, or signs rather. Let's call it signs, it's much better. Signs, and then I just drop that in there. Mind you, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to leave that in there. Call this FarmShop. It's actually not FarmShop anymore, it's Boxer, like so. Good. Right, and now Boxer, we can Control B, drop it down here. Oh my word, got a geek fright there. Our power just went off. Luckily I've got a whole setup here, very nicely sorted out, so we don't worry about all the power breaks anymore. Spent a lot of money to get that up. We've got our own little power plant with batteries and inverters and all kinds of things. I just got tired of all this power breaks in South Africa. We've been having load shedding for 3 months now. It's just driving me crazy. Anyways, my problems. Now what we need to do, guys, we need to have this nice billboard that we've imported. Is it the right height? Let me just see. It can go up a bit higher. I was just going to say it actually looked nice like the way it was, but what we're going to do now is modify that sign. So we're going to go back into now that we have that in the map, we can delete this. We don't need that anymore. But we can now go back to signs here, and we're going to grab that diffuse and just modify this. So open that up in paint.net. There it is. And now we're going to need to modify this into what we want. So I'm going to go onto the internet, type in Boxer South Africa, like so, and now you'll quickly see, oh no, not that Boxer Superstores. Here we go. Oh, there you could see the sign as well. Oh, there it is. Look at that nice little logo. I wonder if they've got a different logo somewhere that I can copy. Now what I'm doing here now is probably copyright protected, guys. So you want to make sure, for instance, if you want to put your map on ModHub, you can't do what I'm doing now. Create your own sign, create your own name, make your own signs, guys, because if you use any brand name, they won't allow that in ModHub. So yeah, I'm talking trash. Actually, it's for console. If you want your map on console maps only 2 times map, no 4 times maps. But if you want the console, your map to go to console as well as ModHub, for ModHub alone, you don't worry about branded. But for console, no branding at all. You can't use any name, any business name, anything. You have to make up your own stuff. So yeah, just a heads up there, guys. So what we're going to do now is, I'm sure there was another. This is Facebook. Let's just have a look. Boxer South Africa, Boxer online shopping, Boxer stores, Boxer stores. Let's just call it stores. I just want to search for the right thing, guys. Sorry, man. I know. There you go, Superstores. That's a Facebook thing. Boxer Home. Here we go. I think it's this. Yeah, there it is. That's the sign I'm looking for. That's it there. Something nice. It's not really. Here we go. What's that? Right click, save image as. I'm just going to go Boxer logo. Go save there. Great. That's enough for me. So I can just now open that logo in. Let's go into my screenshots. I think I put it in there. There it is. So now I double click that, copy that, just Control C, go here, Control V, and all I do now, guys, is just do this. And you can now go and splash out and make your sign look very nice, and do all kinds of things, add little backgrounds and whatever you want to do. Just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to save this. And remember, leave it in DXT1 with bitmaps. Okay, that's your best thing for signage. Okay, so there you go. So all we do now is go File Import. Varney maps, placeables, signs, FarmShop. Great, and I'm going to grab that and just drop that into signs as well, and call this boxer. Boxer, like so, and Control B, click on that thing there, and then flip it around, just like so. And this, remember, this is made for this billboard, so it will fit nice and snug in there. You just have to position it nicely until you have everything nice and sorted. What I normally do is, if you have it skew like that, push it through up to the middle of the thing. I use this pole here to sort of judge the middle where it is, and once you've got it fairly in the middle, you just rotate until, if you bring your mouse, it's in here, it's very sensitive, but if you bring your mouse out while you holding your left mouse button, you can have a much smoother thing like that. And now I can just bring it a little bit forward, and there it is now nicely into that thing, thingamabob. So now I'm going to bring it down a bit, bring it out a bit, just like that, push it in a bit. It's still not 100%, I can see that. But to be honest, guys, if you stand for, if I just right click there, you won't even know that it's like that, you know. There you go. And as it is as simple as duplicating. Control D, Control B, drop it on the wall there, and push this over the wall, and do the same. You can now obviously make this thing bigger and smaller the way you want. Make it smaller, make it tinier to fit any space that you want to fit it over. Gonna have to make this bigger, like so. Tiny bit more. As long as it doesn't stick through the roof. Okay. This sign in the back is a bit weird because it's not a normal sign, you know, it's a made sign, so it might not fit 100%, but we're going to try our best. Just like so. There you go. And look at that, easy as pie. Although I must say, I'm not really impressed with the sign. Doesn't really look that nice. Maybe I should look for another name and another sign. But for the sake of the video, guys, you can now obviously just do that on every little thing here. And even this little signs, you can export another sign from from one of the in-game maps and just replace that as well. There will be a few more around the building. You know, make it look nice, you know. What's in here? Service news. I don't know what service news is, but yeah, you might want to change that to English. It's one of the drawbacks from exporting from the French map is all the names are French, you know. So you might want to have a look at the US map if you want to look for some nice English names, you know, or the Alpine map. The Alpine map has also got some English stuff in it. But anyway, guys, that now is how you do custom signs, how you do custom Sellpoint, and how you do a import on the building and everything. So like I say, there's a lot of stuff that you can now add to it still and make it look 10 times nicer than what it is. But for the sake of the video, I just wanted to show you the technical stuff, and then maybe just lastly look at this building and place it down where it should be, like so. Yeah, it looks much better. Good. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope it's been a joy and a fun for you as it was for me, definitely. And do consider joining us on the map making course. As you can see, the level of depth of things that we are doing, all the stuff that we do is this intense and sort of taking our time, showing you everything Yeah, so hopefully you'll join us there on the map making course, as you got this one for free today. If it's your first time, remember to like and subscribe, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Have a wonderful, awesome day.